Thanks, Sam. Hello again. It's good to be with you. First tonight, it's traditionally thought of as a condition which affects older people. But at just 16 years of age, Sam Wellington suffered a life-threatening stroke. The Manjimup teenager tells Shanae Maripodi why he's lucky to be alive.
It's a common activity for BMX practice trick. Known as river jumping, it's a way to practice tricks without a hard landing.
Just get as high as you can, see how much air you can get.
But one wrong move and things can change in an instant.
It was only until the last time we did it, I stuffed up, kind of went forward, landed kind of on my side and on my face.
At the time, Sam thought nothing of it.
I had a bit of headache and all that and didn't think much of it. Just, it would go away.
5 days later, he was on board the Royal Flying Doctor Service on his way to Perth for life-saving surgery.
And I was starting to lose feeling in my right leg and arm and face.
At just 16, Sam was having a stroke.
I was just confused really, didn't know what was going on.
Untreated, that's about as severe as a stroke can get.
This 3D scan shows the right-hand side of Sam's neck. You can see the carotid artery running all the way up into his brain, delivering vital blood supply. But see here on the left, the artery comes to a sudden stop under Sam's jaw, revealing a clot.
Untreated, if that artery is left completely blocked and there's insufficient blood supply to that part of his brain, the result is that part of the brain dies, and once brain cells die, they don't grow back.
The result, permanent brain damage or death.
Once I saw the look on my parents' face, I was so worried, so concerned, scared for me. It just struck a nerve.
It's hard to be certain, but doctors believe it was Sam's accident at the Manjimup Dam that damaged his artery.
The injury to his artery meant that a blood clot formed in the wall of the artery, and that progressively blocked off the artery itself over a few days.
As the hours roll on, timing becomes critical.
From the time we received the call to getting him from a rural hospital up to Perth was about 90 minutes, which is pretty good at 2 a.m.
When it comes to stroke, rural patients like Sam have a geographical disadvantage.
It doesn't help for us to do a really rapid retrieval if the patient's presented very late to their doctor or hospital.
Until recently, stroke wasn't classed as an emergency for the Royal Flying Doctor Service, as there was no operation to fix. Saving procedure called endovascular clot retrieval became available around the clock.
During daylight hours, Monday to Friday, a severe stroke will be taken if they're south of the river to Fiona Stanley Hospital, if they're north of the river to Sir Charles Gardner Hospital.
Charlie Gardner is the only hospital in the state and only one of two in the country offering the procedure 24/7.
And it's about shortening the time and minimising inter-hospital transfer. So if the ambulance officer can correctly identify a severe stroke, bring them to the correct hospital, it minimises any delay.
If all the cards align, the operation has an incredible success rate.
If you restore the blood supply to the damaged part of the brain in time, patients literally can recover right in front of you.
2 months later, Sam's meeting with the surgeon who saved his life.
You look a lot better than the last time I saw you.
To see him now, it's as though nothing has happened. No limp, no speech problems.
Before we had this technology, there would be no treatment for what had happened to Sam.
According to Dr. Tim Phillips, Sam's the youngest patient ever to be treated with endovascular clot retrieval. He was awake for the whole procedure.
These stents are quite new technology that we use both for holding open arteries and for plugging up holes. Under X-ray guidance, we go in through an artery in the top of the leg, navigate some devices all the way up into his neck, open up the artery using the stent.
Within 2 days, Sam was up and walking. After a month and a half, he'd already run 10 kilometres.
Got home, I was so happy I did it. And 10 minutes later, I was face first in bed, just exhausted.
The one gripe stent is in his neck, and the stent stays in there forever, but there's a period of time when we prefer that he's not playing contact sport.
For now, Sam's stuck on the sidelines, but he admits it's a small price to pay and is grateful for the team who saved his life.
Big thanks and everything. Did so much for me, saved me. Without them, I wouldn't be here at all.
And Sam's hoping he'll be fit enough to run a marathon in the near future.